I passed the biggest deer I've ever seen.
2023, 2024, 2025.
There goes our boy. Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to by far the best week of the year. The week right before opening day. We are 3 days out until the season. It is Wednesday. Season opens up this Saturday, and I am so stoked to get in a tree and chase this deer that I've been chasing for the past 3 years that I call Lucky. We're headed to the property right now to do the final touches. I'm gonna weed whack a little bit more and then rake the access trail because we had a storm come through and a bunch of leaves fell, and I want to be able to get in as quiet as possible because this is CQB to the max. I think the shot is going to end up being 13 yards and they bed within 100, so it's tight. There's a lot of deer in there and I just want to make sure I don't mess this up. But we're gonna go do those finishing touches, and then I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a backstory of this incredible deer. Well, I just raked and weed whacked our access path, which was maybe 100 yards, and it felt like a mile because I'm fat and out of shape, but it looks good. Now, we get to do the fun part, which is cut down a tree. And when I meant cut down, I checked my garage because I thought we had a chainsaw, and we don't. So, we're really chopping down a tree. I get to go full Paul Bunyan on this thing. So I'll see you in about 6 hours once I get it down.
3 hours later.
I should have bought a chainsaw. Alright, well, I'm really sweaty, really hot, but I think it was worth it. This is our access path. So you guys can see, tried to get rid of almost all the leaves. I'll probably have to re-hit it Friday afternoon, really briefly. But hopefully we can get in super quietly, and then took that tree down so we can get some good footage of this deer going down, hopefully. With that being said, I'm gonna send it back to the desk, and I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a backstory on a deer named Lucky. Alrighty. It is a couple days later. It's actually the day before deer season, and yes, I do have a fire pole in my room. College living at its finest. But it is the Friday. It is the day before. It is the eve of bow season, and tomorrow I get to chase a deer that is very, very special to me, and that deer's name is Lucky. The story of Lucky started about 3 years ago when I got this new property. I actually got sent this insane video of 3 giant bucks. I'll put it up as I'm talking. But there was a giant, there was a big 10 point, which was Lucky at 3.5 years old. There was a giant 10 point, and then there was a just giant freak of nature that I actually ended up shooting that year. That was the Burb buck. That was the 14 point, 188 inches urban deer on opening day. That was 2 years ago this opening day. So that was a special story. But now it's time for Lucky. So I actually passed Lucky when I was hunting the Burb buck. He actually came in right before I shot the Burb buck. I've got the video of it from that. But after that, I was like, you know what? This deer is going to be something special. The other big 10 point actually died. He got his head stuck in a soccer net, which is a brutal way to go, but he just disappeared. I never saw him again, so I assume he, but Lucky was, it was kind of all eyes towards Lucky after that. I called him Lucky because Well, I'll roll the clip in a second. But I called him lucky because when I called Wyatt, I was like, dude, this deer is so lucky I didn't just shoot him, and then the name stuck from there. So I passed the biggest deer I've ever seen. And then 2 minutes later, Burry walked under my tree.
That's crazy.
So to start 2024, I started feeding very heavily pretty early. End of March, beginning of April was when I started putting a bunch of feed out. And I usually don't feed that early, and I also don't feed as religiously as I did for Lucky. However, given the circumstances of him being in a tiny block of woods that was surrounded by a neighborhood on one side and then 3 major roads, I didn't want him to leave. And I was actually in the woods. I don't know if I bumped this deer or what, but I was dumping corn around like the June time frame, and a doe crossed the road, and I heard tires lock up. Boom. And it was the neighbor actually pulling out, had swerved to miss the deer and then went into oncoming traffic and got smoked. So I came up front and she was already on a neck brace going into the ambulance. So deer getting hit was not a uncommon occurrence, and I did not want Lucky to be one of those deer. So I figured he's got water. If I can keep him fed, he's going to stay by. And that was all I did the entire summer until we got to about the August time frame. And I started seeing pictures of him when he got his velvet fully developed. And I started talking to a lot of people. I started talking to my buddies, Wyatt, Evan, Wyatt's dad, Ryan, Jesse French. All these people like, hey man, look at this deer last year. Look at him now. Because I was right on the fence. I was like, I don't know. Do I shoot him? Do I? Because I didn't have a target buck. I went all in on Lucky last year. And eventually I ended up deciding to pass him. He had a very, very similar rack to the year before, and we sort of came to the conclusion of deer usually jump from 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, and he didn't make that jump from 3 to 4, so I knew from 4 to 5 he was due to make a significant jump, and spoiler alert, he did. But I ended up passing him that year. He was an absolute giant in velvet, but once that velvet came off, it was it wasn't disappointing because he was still a really nice deer, but it was a little bit underwhelming from where we thought he would be. So I still made it a point for me to feed Lucky. I knew he would leave. He left the year before. I knew he'd leave right around that mid-October range, start coming back maybe once, twice a week, and then he'll be gone for November and then the first half of December. He actually got a spider, a Halloween decoration, a spider caught on his rack last year on Halloween. And that was kind of like a wake-up call for me. Like, I need to keep this deer here because when this deer is here, he is safe. So that was my goal. I knew him leaving was inevitable, but I wanted him to come back and have corn. And he was gone throughout November, gone the first week of December. That's when he probably should have started coming back. Second week, still gone. Third week, still gone. Fourth week, still gone. Christmas Eve, as a Christmas miracle, Lucky came back.
Well, it is December 25th. Merry Christmas. Opened presents about an hour ago. And now we are out getting ready to dump some feed because Christmas came early yesterday and Lucky came back. We got a picture of him right there. So I know he's in the area. He's probably not going to make this as tight of a core area as he does in the summer, but if he's cruising through here, I want there to be food. I want to entice him to stay, make him happy, healthy, and keep him close. Keep him safe.
So now that Lucky was officially back, I knew he wasn't going to make it as tight of a core range as he did during the summer, but I figured he would start rotating it back into the ranges he used. He'd probably mix it up, his fall range, and then back to his summer range, and then as the months progress, he'd start to stick around. And then I figured I'd start feeding right around April, and then that brought us to my first time seeing him in person in over a year.
It is April 19th, and I'm bringing a salt block out here for these deer, and 2 deer get up. I believe that is our boy right there. I'm keeping my distance, so I don't bump him out onto the road or anything, but look at those nubs.
So that brings us to this year. I started feeding him in early April when that video was taken, and he had some giant nubs, so I knew that there was a true potential for him to blow up. And it was really cool because now that I'm in year 3 with this deer, I have so many pictures. When he is in his core range here, I can get pictures of him 2-3 times a day just walking past from these different bedding areas. So I have probably a couple thousand pictures of this deer. I mean, I've added like 1 a day. Usually sometimes I don't even add 1 per day when he walks by. And then if you get 15-20 pictures when he's there, I've got over 400-500 pictures of this deer saved into a gallery named Lucky. But so it's really cool to be able to compare his rack to the year before and see how he made that jump. He's so much wider, he's got a lot more mass, and I knew this year was the year.
There goes our boy. Oh my God, I'm shaking.
So that was around mid-July, and I kept up the same routine of keeping feed on the ground, keeping a block out there, try and keep those deer fed. We're in a really bad drought, so the water really did a good job of keeping them close. And I figured as long as they got food, they're good to go. It's kept those deer around really well. They were in there almost every single day all of August and most of September, and then about 2 weeks ago, once it started to cool down a little bit, I know those deer out there are starting to look around, scout their fall ranges. Lucky's been a little bit more inconsistent. Like, I haven't seen him at all today on my cameras, which is slightly concerning for me, which sounds stupid, but it is what it is. We're just gonna have to trust the process. But I know we have a short window to try and kill this deer because it will not be long until he disappears for the rut. So when the season opens up tomorrow, it's gonna be in a tree all day, every day, as much as we can, so we can try and make this thing happen. There's a lot of emotions running through my head. I'm excited, I'm happy, I love deer season, but I'm also scared, nervous. I don't want to mess up 3 years of hard work. But regardless, if it does come together, it's going to be a complete blast, and I cannot wait. So I don't think I'm going to sleep much tonight. We're going to go see what the other guys are doing. It should be a good time. I cannot wait for deer season 2025 and the story of Lucky to finally come to an end. I hope.
What is this, brand new?
I don't know. I got it in my sister's closet.
What are you thinking for tomorrow? What are the vibes like?
Not very confident because he hasn't been in there in the morning.
Alright, what?
In the morning, very low. At night, there's like a 25% chance.
Austin?
Something's gonna die tomorrow.
I like his mindset a lot better. His mindset is way better than both these losers. And
What's your mindset? What's your mindset?
He's not gonna show up.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna show up because then hopefully that jinxes it. But you guys are trying to put together a Amazon tripod that's never even been out of the box.
This is a pretty nice tripod.
The night before.
The night before.
That's right.
We're getting up in 5 hours.
That's how we do it.
You are.
But with that being said, there's only 5 hours till deer season. So we'll see you guys in the morning. All right. The day is finally here. Preparation is done. The wait is over. Now it's time to get in a tree. So it's just before 5 a.m. Shooting light is 6:55, but these deer start moving early, so we're gonna head to the stand. But we're gonna listen to probably Hell's Bells, maybe some Enter Sandman. Get absolutely pumped, get ready to run through a brick wall just for us to sit in a dark tree quiet for 2 hours. So I'm excited. Even if we don't see anything, it's gonna feel good to get in a tree. But
Let's get in the tree. Let's see what we can make happen.
yeah, he's been gone for the last 2.5 days, and then he came back last night at like 6 o'clock. So I think he's in the area. Fingers crossed. He feels like walking around this morning. It's a little bit cooler, so that helps our cause, but let's get in a tree and see what happens.
Let's do it. We got a couple other buddies that are going to be in a tree this morning, so wishing them good luck. Hopefully either we're giving a call or they're giving a call, so
Yeah,
we're just going to have to stay tuned and see what happens this morning.
let's do it.
That's higher than I would have liked. I'm shaking like a leaf. Dude, he wouldn't turn away. Dude, he wouldn't turn away, dude. You think I got long? You think I got long?
I think you got top long.
Dude, that doe back there had me dead to rights. I couldn't draw back.
I saw him, but I couldn't tell you because she had me right here the whole time. I was videoing that buck.
I tried drawing back twice, but then he kept looking this way, and I didn't want to take the recording too. Look at the does run through the yard.
Oh my. Dude, that deer is a giant.
Did you see? I saw bright red blood.
Right, dude, he was pumping
I
blood.
didn't get a pass through, which is fine.
Which is okay.
But
the angle, I think the angle that we have with us being higher
I
up,
think it would have gone down through. But
Yeah.
it was long, or at least one long.
yeah.
We'll give him a little bit. We'll go look at blood.
Dude.
Oh my God! 2023, 2024, 2025.
Oh my.
I thought he was over there. Dude,
So-
he's probably been laying 50 yards away from us for the last 3 hours.
What buck was this over here?
That was his running buddy. So I knew when that buck came in this morning, the one that was like 10 yards from us, that was the small 10, his running buddy, because he's kind of got that chocolate rack. I don't know if you saw how white his rack was.
Dude.
But when you're dead to rights with a doe and I could barely look over my shoulder, I just saw a white rack. Where did you see him at? Because I saw him when he got to right there.
So when I was videoing this deer, I turned and looked at this doe, and then I shifted my eyes. And in this viney stuff, all I could see was a main
Dude,
beam.
he came in, he had a stick on his rack. Did you see it?
Dude, I couldn't get to him. The only time I got to him is when he got to the corn.
Oh, it's perfect. The GoPro.
Dude,
Dude, I was shaking like this the whole time.
oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh. It makes it so much better knowing how hard and how long I've worked for that, dude. That was
3 years, man. 3 stinking years. I'm sorry if the footage is shaky. I'm pumped.
Dude, I was shaking like a leaf pulling back. I think we got some phone calls tonight.
I think we do too. What you gotta say, Owen? What just happened?
I don't even know what just happened.
Oh my goodness. I just watched one of the biggest deer that I've ever seen on the hoof in person get smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Dude, look at me shaking. Dude, we've been covered in deer. I could barely draw because there was does staring at me in the tree. What a bum. I say we go up and go to the edge of the thicket just to see how it looks. There's that, so you can hook up.
Thank you.
Sitting there and we hear like I jumped because it scared me.
Well.
I had no pockets today, dude. We get to track a deer during the day for once.
Well, he gets to finally track a deer.
During the day for once.
You've never been here, right?
Not just drove by.
Yeah, on standby, but you're asleep. Come on now.
Called 3 times.
Walk it.
This one right here. Look at this one.
here.
I was gonna say, am I like it?
That's a deer.
No, it's just a rock. It's just a rock.
It looks like a rock. Jesus, dude, look, he hit the tree and went all the way around. Holy shit. Then you see like a little light in there.
Best part, you're calling him and he's standing right there.
That's a pig. God, that's a big ass deer. Big. Holy shit. Good lord, son. That's a moose pup. It's a huge body. Man.
Oh my god.
Wow. That thing is.
Touch him.
Oh my god.
That thing is
Touch
big,
him.
Wow.
Shit.
He doesn't look good from the side.
Look at how. This dude, he's so thick. He's fat. Dude, he took down trees. Yeah, he is a freaking linebacker. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Oh.
Dude, that's the freaking paddles right there.
Look at that hole in his rack.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? These freaking G1s just curl back. Like everything's just. It's just crazy. Oh. God. He's so wide. It's not even.
He's a tank, man. That's a big deer. Blood clot coming out. I guess it's probably an appropriate time to tell my parents.
You haven't told him yet?
No.
Answer is call my mom.
What's up? Oh, nice, dude. Nice. Nice. Hey, let me call you.
You're killing us.
It's wild.
Nice. I had a little proud moment last night when Owen told me you were coming up to film with him.
That's exactly. You're the reason why we got in touch, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. When you put the work in. Start a YouTube channel and all of a sudden start killing big deer. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel.
This deer is. A 3-year journey, all for this moment. Words will never be able to describe the emotions and feelings. I'm happy I got him. I'm sad the chase is over. I'm grateful I got to experience it with some of my best friends, but at the same time, I feel empty because I know I'll never get another trail camera picture. Not a day went by for the past 3 years I didn't once think about him. I'm honored I got to chase this deer, and I feel very underdeserving to be holding him. This deer taught me lessons about life and showed me things I never even knew about myself. I will forever cherish this deer, this story, and the journey that got me here to this moment right now. Making the cut.
Take a guess. Final guess.
Final guess.
Like,
Did you redo all the math?
Yeah,
Check that it's right.
it's pretty right. What's your guess?
You give me an over under.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah.
65.
Up.
Up a lot.
170.
Up.
73.
Up.
75.
Up.
Get the hell out of here.
Keep going.
Get the. There's no way.
Keep going. Keep going.
He didn't hit 180, did he?
Damn near.
Get the hell out of here. I'll be damned. To close out this incredible journey and story of Lucky. And right in front of the shoe. Figured it was on the way, so we might as well stop, and it makes for pretty cool background. But I'm honored to have been able to hunt this deer for 3 years, watch him grow, watch him mature, and then to ultimately take him today. There was a little bit of drama this morning with some neighbors, but it worked out all right. So it still doesn't feel real. It's so surreal. It hasn't even processed in my mind like that it actually happened after all this time. And I'm definitely gonna miss the chase with this deer. I put so much time and energy into him. Almost 3 or 4 days a week I was doing something for this deer, but for it to all come together is truly a blessing. I truly appreciate you guys for clicking on the video, following along. I hope you were able to enjoy. If you guys were able to enjoy the story, even like a third or a fourth of it as much as I did, then that's a success for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow along. Got some more hunts coming soon, but this one was definitely special. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.
What?